Have you done enough? The prepper journey can sometimes feel like a never-ending quest. The fear of being unprepared can easily overshadow the progress and efforts you've made. How do you beat prepper anxiety? Listen to find out. Hi, I'm the Urban Lady Prepper. I help single moms and solo women with practical emergency preparedness. But of course, all are welcome to be better prepared for whatever happens next. Prepper anxiety is a common hurdle, as the fear of being unprepared can easily overshadow the progress and efforts you've made. But with the right mindset and strategies, it's possible to overcome this anxiety and build confidence in your preparedness. By setting achievable goals, celebrating small victories, and tapping into a supportive community, you can transform your prepping journey into a positive and empowering experience. I'm going to present practical ways to build mental resilience and adopt healthy prepper strategies, enabling you to focus on what's truly important without the anxiety. There are common triggers that spark anxiety among preppers, and we need to know how to identify them before they become overwhelming. By dissecting these elements, we can more effectively address and manage anxiety. One obvious trigger is the fear of the unknown. Uncertainty about the future can fuel fear, particularly when it involves disasters or emergencies. Preppers often worry about scenarios they can't predict and whether they have done enough, gotten enough, and prepped for the right thing. Economic concerns are another. Financial instability can lead to anxiety about being unprepared, especially since social and economic instability can disrupt everyday life and future plans. You may wonder if you've saved enough, make enough, and what will happen if you lose your income before you've reached your prepping goals. Another trigger is information overload. Too much information can be overwhelming and counterproductive. The constant flow of news, chatter, and endless notifications creates stress as you try to navigate through it all, and you might begin to doubt if prepping even matters. A recent example would be the pandemic. Many people felt heightened anxiety due to the illness, death, unclear guidelines, and fluctuating information. Many lost work and struggled to provide for themselves and their loved ones. For many preppers, it may have been their first experience with an event that would test their mettle and if their preps were adequate. The psychological and physical impact of prepper anxiety can be profound. Chronic anxiety may lead to fatigue, since constant worry drains energy. It can cause insomnia, disrupting sleep patterns and leading to exhaustion and a weakened immune function. It can also manifest as irritability and difficulty concentrating, making it hard to focus on tasks. Physical symptoms can include headaches, muscle tension, and stomach issues. Emotional signals may present as frustration, sadness, or hopelessness. Preppers should be aware of these signs to get a handle on them early. Overcoming prepper anxiety requires practical strategies that promote a balanced approach to preparedness. By using these tactics, you can reduce anxiety and boost your confidence. Most importantly, remember that wherever you are in your prepping journey, you're still better off and more knowledgeable than you were before. Let me say that again for the nail biters in the back. Remember that wherever you are in your prepping journey, you're still better off and more knowledgeable than you were before. Now exhale and reset. Identify key priorities, focusing on what's most important and starting with the basics: food, water, light sources, a first aid kit, batteries, alternative cooking methods such as a grill or camp stove, a cooler or two, ice packs, a NOAA radio, and a power source such as a portable power station and a can opener. You will need these things regardless of the scenario. Of course, I'm speaking loosely because there are other basic items you should have. You can get a free copy of my checklist, which outlines the essentials. I will provide a link to that in the description of this episode. Next, consider the scenario most likely to occur in your area and add preps that would be appropriate for that. Is it flooding? Tornadoes? Think about what is most likely to occur rather than an obscure end-of-the-world scenario. If you live in a tornado-prone area, chances are you'll experience one of those before an alien invasion or the supervolcano erupting. It becomes easier to tailor your preparedness when you take into account more common events, rather than stressing out about one of the many extreme doomsday scenarios that may not happen or not in your lifetime. Break tasks into manageable pieces. Achievable steps make large goals more attainable. You may not think you have enough in your pantry, but grabbing a couple of extra cans of food and some water here and there will build your stash up before you know it. You may have gardening goals, but instead of believing you'll perish if you don't have a micro farm, start with things that are easy to grow, such as herbs, or one or two vegetables you love that you can plant in a container, or something that's mad easy to grow like potatoes. This will boost your confidence while providing you with something you can eat until you're ready to expand your garden. Set timelines, not deadlines. Timelines help in maintaining focus and accountability without the anxiety of a deadline. Instead of fixating on big goals that may be financially out of reach, look into alternative ways or items that may serve the same purpose on a smaller and less expensive scale. This can help you budget wisely and research options with less pressure. For example, I wanted a full house generator, but I developed a facial tic when I found out how much it would cost for my tiny house. But instead of feeling that I couldn't survive a disaster without it, I got two power stations that provide power to the important things, like my cell phone and laptop, and a couple of power banks. I then bought a portable solar panel to charge items that could be recharged by it. My coolers and ice packs will keep the food from my fridge cold, and I have enough light sources to suit my purpose. I could survive without that big, noisy, zombie-attracting generator. The idea is not to be discouraged when you don't have, quote unquote, all the things. If you have the basics and shelter, and you can grab food and water when you want it, you're much better off than most and better off than you think. Another example is the goal of a full camping setup in case you need to bug out into the wild. If, based on your budget, it may take 2 months, create a checklist and tick off items as you can obtain them within that time frame, rather than having a set deadline hanging over your head that will upset you if you don't make it. Focusing on incremental progress helps to manage expectation and reduce anxiety. Create quick wins and celebrate them to build momentum. Regularly assess your progress to stay on track or see if any adjustments need to be made for new developments. For example, if your area is predicted to have a dry summer and now there's a risk of drought or water restrictions, consider adding a rain barrel. You're addressing a current situation, but not making drastic changes to your main prepping plan. Also, checking in on yourself may motivate you to do more. Prepping in this way fosters a positive mindset, encouraging continued effort and reducing feelings of inadequacy. If you've been quietly prepping and starting to feel like an island, having a supportive community can significantly reduce prepper anxiety. Connecting with like-minded individuals offers emotional support and knowledge sharing. Engaging in community activities fosters a sense of belonging and shared purpose. Online forums, such as Reddit, have prepper subreddits. Local groups with in-person meetings can strengthen ties and provide practical help, and networking events offer opportunities to learn and grow from others. These communities provide reassurance, resource sharing, and emotional support, which are invaluable in reducing anxiety. Hopefully, this has eased the uncertainty you may have about your preparedness. Now, you need to cultivate and maintain a healthy prepping mindset. Embracing self-sufficiency with confidence is critical for overcoming prepper anxiety. So, acknowledge your skills, recognize your abilities and knowledge. Trusting in your abilities and preparation efforts builds self-assurance. If you're feeling doubtful, remind yourself of what you've accomplished. This can give you a boost and keep you motivated. Reflecting on past successes will reinforce what you're capable of achieving. Also, continually learning new skills enhances self-reliance. What would you like to learn that will enhance what you've done so far? Maybe you'd like to learn canning, or maybe get CPR AED certification. This mindset reduces fear and encourages a proactive approach to challenges. Since mental resilience is essential during tough times, practicing stress management techniques like mindfulness or meditation can strengthen mental fortitude. Embrace adaptability. Change is happening rapidly all around us right now, and flexibility helps us deal with unexpected situations. And don't forget to incorporate self-care routines. This will help with clarity, stress relief, and support your mental health. Building resilience not only helps in managing anxiety, but also enhances overall preparedness. Lastly, maintaining a positive outlook is vital for reducing prepper anxiety. Focus on the positives and the progress made in your journey. not toxic positivity that offers platitudes without allowing you to feel genuine emotions and learn how to deal with them. Surround yourself with positivity through supportive networks and uplifting media if you feel overwhelmed by negative news. Don't go down prepper rabbit holes that may induce more fear or feelings of inadequacy. Practice gratitude for the progress you've made, the stash you've built, and the knowledge you have. Breathe. Give yourself grace and give yourself some credit as you continue along your prepping path. It all matters and it all makes a difference. Believe that. Take it easy and be safe out there. Until next time, this is the Urban Lady Prepper signing off.
I'm sure I've given you some things to think about as you go through the upcoming week. Has this episode resonated with you? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to click the link in the podcast description to get your free Essential Prepper checklist. While there, get one of my cool designs on a shirt, hat, mug, and more at my Redbubble store. Or you can always buy me a coffee or get a Jace case for your emergency medical needs. It helps support what I do, and I really appreciate it. Join me on the socials, especially on YouTube, where I'll be uploading videos for my blogs from urbanladyprepper.com. I appreciate your time with me. Stay safe, stay sharp, and be ready.